Everyone, hey, congratulations on this film, Week Layers.
Thank you so much.
Such a fun film. We always like to have these type of comedies out there. But let me throw the first question to Katie: Is where the original idea came from for Week Layers?
Oh, I have spent basically since college, so 2010, living in and out of a ski town called Revelstoke in British Columbia in Canada. And there have been many, there are many different scenes in Week Layers that are direct pulls from my life living in Revelstoke. And interestingly enough, the experience of living in a ski town was not just for like just my lived experience. There are a lot of stereotypes that come from living in ski towns that fit whether you're in Whistler or Jackson Hole or Aspen or Taos. And so the original idea was really around bringing life to the hilarity and outrageousness of the kind of tropes that come along with living in a place like this.
Wow, Chelsea, Evan, tell us what initially drew you to this project.
Oh, the money. Oh my God, they just backed up a truck.
Oh my God.
No, I mean I'd seen a bunch of Katie's stuff prior to signing on, and coincidentally, the cinematographer is a friend of mine and somebody that when I produce, I work with quite often as a cinematographer, and I really trusted his taste and and then I got to meet Katie and know Katie, and I had a lot of fun reading the script and thought it was really funny, and I could see how like Katie fits into this world, and then I thought it would be a really good time.
Chelsea?
Same. I just from the moment of reading the script, I instantly just could see everything in real life. And I was just eager to sink my teeth into it. It just already like on the page, I could tell that this was going to be an exciting project, and I just wanted to be a part of it by any means necessary. So it was like an instant yes. Like I wanted to do it the moment I read it. I couldn't put it down. Yeah.
Katie, this project is very meta for yourself. Tell us about acting and directing into this project. Of course, it is a indie project after all in its own way.
Yeah, totally. I mean, a lot of that decision was made around the resources that were available to us. But I think a big reason that I was able to pull off both, well, one being because I had incredible support around me at all times, and then two, because there was so much of myself that I was able to bring to Cleo. It wasn't like I was dropping into something that was so dramatically different to me and a lot of my lived experience. So I was able to really like pull on that while in performance, and then in directing, I was also able to look to my own lived experiences, memories I had, to make sure that the authenticity factor was really coming through on screen.
Now, tell us about the chemistry of the trio of friends. Katie and Chelsea. How did you develop the chemistry amongst this?
I think it was just really natural. I mean, like both like Katie and Jaden are like amazing, and they're easy like women to respect like upon meeting them. Um and it just felt really natural. Like it didn't feel like forced or anything like that. We were just like constantly telling jokes in between takes, and it just kind of had a natural flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like for Chelsea and I, especially over time, there was almost like a shorthand that we were able to develop, wherein between takes we could kind of shoot notes back and forth to each other, and rehearsing stuff really quickly, like always allowed for us to have like ease when we were actually rolling. And the really cool thing about the cast on Week Layers is a lot of people just became friends, and easy friends at that. And so there was a lot of desire to hang out after we were finished shooting or after we were finished work or on weekends. And so the more time we spent with each other, the easier things got in performance as well.
Well, then let me address the chemistry between Evan and Katie here, because there is a little bit of romance going on for the film. So how did you both develop the your romantic chemistry, especially since Evan, you're a veteran in the industry, and Katie, this is technically your debut.
Totally. I mean, Evan's such a pro. He made it very easy for me. I think we met twice before we got to set, and those conversations were fun and chatty and easy, and we got to set, and day 2 really you're into it. And for me, I was nervous, like I was really intimidated to do it, and Evan was such an old hand at it that he really made me feel super comfortable and allowed me to just be in the scene.
Old hand.
I mean,
yeah, me, I'm just a terrific actor, and that's really what it boils down to, how I manufacture the chemistry with Kate.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
we started cracking each other up from like day one, and which really translates to the notions of romance that like the movie has as like the undertone, but really it's just about like seeing each other. And Katie and I have continued to work together and be friends and really close since the film, and that's a testament to the meta thing that you mentioned earlier of like being seen by Katie makes it really easy to be myself and to show up into those scenes authentically.
Chelsea, tell us about your carefree character, Tina. How fun was it to play, such a romantic party girl out in the snow hills there?
So fun. Like, I'm still talking about it to this day. It was just such a relief. Like, I related to Tina a lot because of my dance background. I'm really familiar with just training for the event of your life and failing at it and having to deal with that disappointment. So, um, I was just like relieved to be able to let that go and for that to actually be my job in this. Um, so that came really natural. I related to Tina right away because of that. It was amazing. As fun as it looks, is how fun it was.
And Evan, you showed some acting range in here, playing Gabe, not only the romantic side, but, also sort of a much more serious, kind of taken back side, like you're kind of tired of the business. Tell us about, your experience on here.
Yeah, I mean, it was that's what I really loved when I read it. I thought there was a lot of my own a lot of myself that I could bring to it, which always makes it easy to sort of just like dive in and sort of slip into a role. You do anything for long enough, you develop cynicism around it, and being refreshed by the joy that Cleo brought to her attitude towards the world and to the work was refreshing and a good catalyst to bring him back online. But it's all a testament to the writing, right? That's the way it's written. I just have to sort of show up and go through the process of it and be myself and just arrive as me. So
Now, how long was this production in I want to say Tahoe because there's a lot of hints towards Tahoe. So how long was this production in Tahoe, and how much fun did you guys actually have? Did you guys actually rent it out a chalet and hung out there a lot?
Honestly, I look back and I'm like, I would give anything to go back and be actually on set again. It's so wild when it's happening. It's just like so overwhelming, and every day is so busy that you can barely kind of think 5 minutes out. But Looking back on it, it was one of the most exciting experiences of my life. And we were actually in production for 23 days, but I think I got to Tahoe on October 15th and left on December 21st. So all in, you know, we were there for a couple of months with prep, and there was a break in the middle of production. And I don't know how closely you follow Tahoe weather patterns, but this was a miracle that the movie looks like it's the dead of winter, because we shot that thing in November and right now it's raining in Tahoe. And so if we had shot the movie a year before, a year later, we wouldn't have had the kind of snow that we did. And those 23 days were blessed every day with real snow. And it was a very special time to be in Tahoe.
So essentially, you're saying it would be hard to snowboard in the rain. Is the process?
Yeah, the movie would just have a very different feel. It'd be like wet glares versus weak glares. But no, it was really fun, and I got to live in a house with our DIT and Colleen Gentman, Ryan Collins and Colleen Gentman, who was a producer on set. And every day we'd come back from set and we'd just be like talking about what happened that day and what was going to happen the next day. And it was just this really fun, collaborative environment every day. And yeah, I would get to set every day, just excited to see everyone. And it was really fun.
Evan, Chelsea, what did you guys do on your downtime at in Tahoe, and how much of yourselves as snowboarders and skiers themselves? I mean, I'm assuming Chelsea's not as good as an Olympic skier.
I really believed it though. I did go and I got pretty comfortable, I will say. But and now I kind of caught the bug. I'm really wanting to do it like every season, but mostly just like spending a lot of time. I mean, it's beautiful, spending a lot of time outside. I'm a foodie, so I was eating a lot. And that was really fun too, just sitting in, and a lot of people, you know, are local, listening to like conversation was really fun. Yeah, I mean, it's gorgeous. So going outside was the best thing to do.
How about for you, Evan?
Yeah, I mean, similar. I didn't know how to when I showed up, and
you were good though.
And
He was confident. He was confident.
But I lacked in skill. But by the end of it, I did feel I felt somewhat comfortable. And then actually afterwards, I went to Switzerland soon after. I went skiing in Switzerland because I enjoyed it so much. So I really caught the bug too. And also the community is it's so supportive, and it's so like it's so joyous and fun that it makes you want to be part of like the in crowd of skiers, because the culture is one that is just celebratory, and there aren't many places that I like experience that in the world.
Most excellent. Well, let me wrap it up with one last question, or a remark per se, because it is kind of amusing to me, is that, you know, a trio of girls are trying to sleep in the van in Tahoe with, you know, snow outside. I mean, I tried to sleep in my car in San Francisco in the fall, and that was freezing by itself. What was that uncomfortable just to film all that? Because obviously lots of layers help.
Oh yeah. I think I wore a pair of heated socks every day to set, like electric heated socks. I wore an electric heated vest every day. Electric, is that the right word? I don't know. Battery powered.
Battery, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't plugged into the wall, but battery powered, like heated vest. There were heaters on the floor of the van everywhere we went. Between takes, we were running inside to get warmed up. The crew was incredible. I would say Chelsea, I mean,
right,
many scenes outside of it, Chelsea, like the crew was incredibly supportive of us, keeping us warm.
Yes.
And I mean, we weren't pulling like hot tub to the side kind of stunts, but we were definitely like running inside and trying to stay warm when we could. It definitely gets challenging trying to perform when you're freezing. And I will say, looking back on it, I will never write a scene again wherein you're in a robe with wet hair walking across a parking lot at twilight in the winter. I just won't do that again. I won't subject anyone to that. Writing it, you're like, oh, this is so real. And then doing it, you're like, this is the worst. So.
Totally.
Most excellent. Well, hey, thank you very much for carrying this conversation about weak layers with us. Hopefully it does well, and maybe you get to return on a sequel to Tao, or maybe the next journey is to Mammoth or Switzerland or something.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye now.
Thank